We're here today with a box of goodies from Hitchcocks. They've sent them out to basically make the Himalayan 450 that we've currently got on loan from Royal Enfield into a suitable for short people like myself. So we've got hopefully a lowering link and some shorty levers and some other goodies, so we'll have a look. We've got some excellent packaging here. This stuff's really good for lighting fires.
Is it?
Yeah. So okay, that's the tall screen. So I was having trouble with, I think we had the rally screen on currently, and because then I've got a lower seat that Royal Enfield sent out, I actually found that the wind was coming over the windscreen and hitting the top of my visor, the beak on my helmet, and it was so noisy and rattling my head around, so I currently took it off, the digital screen off. So we're going to try a different screen on there. Okay, what have we got? So we've got some little adjustable levers, because that's one of the things I have a bit of an issue with, is being able to reach. I can reach, but I end up with a bit of fatigue. So that's that. Something. A handlebar relocator set. So yeah, I wanted to just bring the handlebars back a little bit. Just for me, it's just a tiny bit of a long reach on that bike. So yeah, they're angled to some bar risers. This one, I've got a luxury here, heated grips. So it's currently January and it's absolutely freezing outside. I brought the fan up today actually because I didn't feel like riding because it's so cold. So that's definitely going to help. This is something heavy. We might need to find a, oh, there we go. That's a drop link to lower the seat height. So yeah, I always am slightly reluctant to lower bikes because you end up with different sort of, the whole thing just then has different geometry, different ergonomics, different everything. But also, when you've got a bike that you want to do some green lanes on and you lower it, you then got less ground clearance. But yeah, it needs must. If you can't reach the ground, it's not so useful. That's something that's wrapped up well. It's a secret. Oh, I know what this one is. This is like Christmas now. I don't know if we can get into it.
We'll have a good look at it.
We'll have a look in a minute.
Out,
we'll have a look in a minute. Okay,
yeah,
we'll go back to that one because that one's the fun one. This is something I really like. Oh, that's a screen. So that's the standard screen. Yeah. So that's our box of tricks to try today.
Alright, bike's in here now and we're just working on the lowering link. Lana's getting that out. So we managed to get the link out. That didn't take long. Here's the old link and the new link. Old one's the dirty one. What's pretty cool is that you don't have to take the bearings out of the old one. It comes pre-installed, but you do have to take the spacer out of the old one, which we'll do, clean it up and then put it in.
It's pretty clean actually, it's not too bad.
Let's just have a look at the old bearings while we're here. What do they look like?
Yeah, just
give us a
old
look
bearings.
in the dirty.
Not too bad actually. There's a little bit of grub, but
Just show the camera.
Where is the camera?
Yeah,
Okay.
just let me catch the light. Yeah, not too bad. It's always worth having a look, seeing what the seals are doing. Worn it all, Lana, on that. That's the shaft that's going to go through.
No, it's pretty tidy. It's a pretty new bike though, so it hasn't done 1,000,000 miles yet.
It's on 3,000 or 4,000, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's about that. So, and some of that's off-road, some on-road.
I did offer Lana the brush, but she...
Yeah, I wanted the... And look, it's
the finger.
blue. It's racing grease, it's faster. I think it's a tighter fit to put this thing back through. Oh, there we go. Cool. Now everything's greasy. Oh, we lost the red grease. Just clean that up.
Just going to clean up in here
Yeah,
before we put everything back.
it's better.
What I've noticed when I've been washing the bike is that lower shock mount, and Lana's noticed it too, really catches the muck in there, and that's all the stuff that we haven't been able to clean out.
I think it's this bit of rock that's been, it's this one here that's been particularly trapped.
Is that a rock?
I don't know.
Right, so we've just checked the bearings and the shafts, and they move really freely, and I think we won't even bother taking them out through their seals. We'll just keep them as is, because we're just going to risk putting more muck back in.
So we've got the link on now. It's probably taken us about half an hour, and that was including a bit of cleaning and a little bit of filming as well, so relatively easy and quick. And yeah, it kind of did need 2 people because one person lifts the wheel and just to line things up. So we're just going to drop it down onto the ground and tighten up the bolts now and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So excellent.
Here we go, let's go with the acid test.
So it's I'm still not flat footing it at all, which I'm not really expecting to be able to be honest, but it's definitely easier for me to reach the ground. The other thing we're thinking of doing is dropping the front down a little bit, so just lowering it on the front forks, which then maintains the geometry of sort of the angle of the bike. So that's
it'll also come down and bring the bike down.
Yeah, it'll bring it a little bit lower again. So
visually, I can already see that the back of the bike is down a lot more.
So I was just I've slid over slightly on the seat, and I can get my foot flat on the ground now. So if I'm stopped at a junction or something like that, then that's much more stable than before. I was sort of tiptoeing, and it was quite awkward. So I think I've got the easy job now.
You did pick the easy stuff.
It's also the grubbier side, though.
Okay, that's not fully done up.
Have you got another 17 on your side?
Yep.
The other 2 are 17. Thanks.
That's 17, that side that you've got.
Okay. Are we on the middle one?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so what we noticed from bouncing, just bounce it up and down, Lana. What we noticed when we did that is that the rebound feels really slow on the shock when you compress it and then when it comes back. But there is new seals in here, and Lana did notice that the seals were quite tight to put the shaft in. We think over time what will happen is the seals will loosen up and it will move a lot freer, and probably in the first ride that's going to happen. And also Lana just noted that it's on the lowest preload. Just bounce it up and down, Lana. See how it's coming back slow.
So next up we're going to put this massive screen on. Look at that. I think the massive's good though in this weather. Where did it go? Okay, we've got a little bit of a change of plan because we realised that the bottom of the screen there fouls with the guard on the headlamp. So we've got limited time today, and we've got the standard screen. So we're going to put the standard screen back on for now and address this another time. So we're just going to unveil the standard screen, which is in this box. Nice little one. So it's pretty tiny compared to the big one that we were just looking at. So yeah, that's going to go on there. Just need to get my bolts. And quite simply just does that. So we're going to tighten it up, and I've realised that there should be some kind of probably rubber bung anti-vibe thing, which I think must be in the rally screen that I have left at home. But I assumed they were with part of the screen rather than part of the fixings. So we're going to abort that one as well. So yeah, it just doesn't quite get those that way around.
Closer?
Yeah.
How much closer?
Quite a lot closer. I can reach it and everything. The other one was sitting like this, approximately. Okay. I'm only getting like the ends of my fingers on there, which is doable. I haven't got gloves on at the moment, so I was finding it a bit awkward with winter gloves on, which are obviously a bit chunkier. It's just little hands. There we go. Ting.
I've seen these before, these adjustable ones, and I use 2 fingers when I use the clutch and the brake. But sometimes they can feel cheap, but these ones from Hitchcocks, quite nice. You use 2 fingers or?
It depends. Yeah, probably all of it, because
is that wound all the way in? Sorry to interrupt.
It is, yeah. Yeah, so it can wind out for people who still have larger hands. Yep, that's better. Next, we're going to put the bar raisers on. They're angled, so again, this is because I'm short and can't reach the handlebars. So yeah, we're just going to unbolt some bolts and bolt it back together. So we've just checked that there's enough slack on all the cables and everything here to be able to just move the bars back a little bit, and on this bike it's okay, so otherwise it becomes a bit more of a mission.
Here's what this looks like. I've never seen these. Lana ordered these. Just want to say that that's quite ballsy. Right, what am I doing?
I don't know where to put it now.
Just leave it there.
Now I'm feeling all paranoid about it. If you could just hold that vase in the air, and then I'll put these things on. This one goes here with these short head
Washer in there?
No. No washer on there.
No washer on
No
these?
washer on there. The washer goes on top apparently, which...
So they're going on, but what we're going to do is just going to nip them up for now, and then when Lana sits on the bike we're going to just set them properly.
So we've just got the bar risers on here. We had to slacken off, we had to undo these keepers which were holding the cables a bit further back just to give us a little bit more slack. We've rerouted the cable that comes up to the USB charger here, and we've got all that back together. We've checked that there's enough free play, that nothing's pinching. We've still got some slack here, nothing's trapped or pinching there. So we're going to lower it down, and I'm going to sit on it and see how that feels now.
Worth just commenting on how well that all went on, because I think we were both a little bit surprised, not expecting it to go so easily.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be a bit more involved and having to, I don't know, replace cables or do something, or things not fitting, but it all went together well.
So you want your sort of...
This feels like one's lower than the other, but yeah.
We can sort that out. You want, when your arms are on, you sort of want that in line with where your hands are going to be, so it's like all straight down here. So you don't put your lever up like that.
Yeah, no, this one's a bit
or
high.
Down like that.
I think this one's probably a bit high. I think I noticed that before actually, it was a bit high.
Sort of just twist the bars in that, if they will.
There you go.
So just get, first of all, just get the sort of, so it's comfortable.
Probably pretty good like that, I think, somewhere.
How's that?
That's fun. That's
Is that
much
good?
more comfortable than it was,
Yeah.
yeah, because before it was a bit just slightly stretching on the back, so that's good. Needed a bigger jabber. Hooray! Oh, that's really good actually, so then it doesn't spin on the...
Let's have a nice look at this thing. Lana's been doing this for about 5 minutes now.
Someone was enthusiastic with their adhesive in here, which is good because it didn't fall off, but... That warmed me up. Pretty clean actually. This is silly. Oh no, it's stuck itself on, I think. It's stuck itself on now. Because we dawdled a bit too much.
You can't dry that quick.
Oh no, I'm not supposed to swear. That one's got stuck as well now. And it's dripping down the cable.
Alright, so the grips are on now, and because Lana put super glue in, I'd say it wasn't the easiest thing that we've done all day, but they are on.
They are. There we go. So we're just doing the heat grips. I've routed the cables through here. They're running underneath the tank, and then they come through here. And I just want to check that the seat doesn't foul on this cable as it comes through here. So what I'm going to do is get my very small piece of chalk here, put it on here, see if it'll stick, and then when I put the seat on, if it's fouling, it should leave a mark on the bottom of the seat. So that just goes on like that. It now hasn't touched it by the looks of it because there's no chalk mark. Is that one not hot?
I would have thought it would be hotter than that.
Oh. Maybe we've got them on low rather than high.
So I just took the bike up the road for 2 seconds, and the steering's quite slow, so what we're going to do is reduce the forks down by about 12 mil, I think we decided. So that's where we got to today in the garage. We gave ourselves a few hours to make these changes, and by the time we'd done a test ride and dropped the forks slightly in the clamps, we were out of time. We didn't film that because it took both of us to do it. We did some research and settled on moving the forks down 12 millimeters as a good starting point. And since filming, Hitchcocks have confirmed that customers using the lowering link get the best results by dropping the forks between 12 and 15 millimeters. The next step here is for Lana to put some proper miles on the bike and give us her honest feedback on how it feels, and that's coming up in the next video. If you found this video useful, please give it a like. It really helps the video reach other people who might be interested in it, and it helps us grow the channel too. That's it. Thanks for watching.